Let me sing you a song of my people. Hello Miners and welcome back. We are storming today with the Epic Storm. This is what the original quintessential Storm deck has morphed into over the years. It, like every other Storm deck, got a huge boost and a transformation with the printing of Beseech the Mirror. The biggest tech that's changed because of Beseech the Mirror now is you have the Gaea's Will plan where you get those turn one combos where you're able to play a bunch of mana rocks, a bunch of rituals, Beseech the Mirror, go grab Gaea's Will, replay your graveyard, storm off from there. It also has another plan where you can switch into a card draw strategy by going and grabbing Song of Creation, which allows you to draw 2 cards for every single spell you cast, and you just have this huge wall of 0 drops and 1 drop. So if you can stick that on the battlefield, you're just going to start turning through your library, and you're basically going to be able to win from there. Even if they stop your first attempt at a kill spell, you're going to be drawing through so much of your deck. You're going to be able to start again, keep going, and find something else. It can also go down the original Storm path that it used to be before the printing of Beseech, where you basically just run out a bunch of rituals, a bunch of tutors, go grab a Burning Wish, and grab a Tendrils from the sideboard or a Grape Shot. So it's definitely able to attack on a lot of angles where some of the other Storm decks attack more on a single angle and then like have a transformative sideboard plan or just figure out some other way to try to deal with the hate that the opponent has instead of just changing your game plan entirely and storming off a different way. That being said, this deck is still going to be weak to the stuff that hates on Storm. It might not be as weak to graveyard hate as, say, the Epic Gamble is, or some of the mono black Beseech decks are. But it's still going to be weak to 3-ball effects, chalice effects, stony silence effects. We have some things in the sideboard to help try to take care of that, such as Abrupt Decay to get rid of hate pieces on board. But those are still things that are going to be really, really rough to deal with. Speaking of the sideboard, we have some tutor targets for Burning Wish, Grape Shot, Tendrils, Galvanic Relay, Empty the Warrens, more Storm payoffs if we have to change our plan from our main deck Tendrils of Agony. So like the Grape Shot allows us to get around Veil of Summer if someone tries to Veil because they think that Tendrils is our only win con. Empty the Warrens can also clog up the board if we need a bunch of little blockers, or just get a bunch of Goblins down super fast and try to overwhelm the opponent that way. Old tech with Peer into the Abyss to be able to draw more of your deck if you need to just see a whole shitload of cards and you got a bunch of mana. The old Echo trick where you can go Burning Wish for an Echo, pop your LED once Echo's in hand and spin if you need to do an emergency wheel or you think your opponent's hand is stacked or whatever reason that could pop up with. Everything else on the sideboard is kind of utility hate pieces. You've got Thoughtseize to just try to rip apart opponents' combo decks, to try to rip out counter spells from an opponent's hand to force your stuff through. Carpet of Flowers is for blue decks, where you're going to want the extra mana to be able to get around things like Flusterstorm, to be able to operate against Wasteland decks, because you have no basics in your deck. There's 5 dual lands and a bunch of fetches, so you're super weak to Wasteland. So it's to help try to get some mana out of those blue-based tempo decks like that. Cut to Ribbons, it's just creature removal mostly. Every now and then, in theory, you could rack up enough mana to be able to go crazy with a Ribbons and just drain your opponent out. I don't think I've ever seen that line come up, but it is theoretical. And then, as we talked about, Abrupt Decay just to remove problematic pieces on the opponent's side of the board, such as 3-ball, Chalice, Deafening Silence, Thalias, stuff like that. So let's take this into a league, see how it goes, see how this Storm variant feels, and compare it to the other ones. I'll catch you on the wrap-up. Alright, won the die roll. Let's go. Time to Storm. See what we can do here. So this is a turn 1 mini relay. I actually don't hate that. I think we're going to keep it, because it also gets us very close to a Beseech the following turn. Actually, never mind. I'm an idiot. We're 1 mana short, so we'll wait until next turn. I don't actually have the 3rd artifact to be able to turn on this Mox Opal. Play the Polluted Delta, make them seem like they don't know what we're doing over here. So now we can go ahead and actually do like a mini Galvanic to try to get some value. Into a Bloodstained Mire. Let's go grab Volcanic here. So we have all of our colors. Bin one of the Beseeches. Just a baby Galvanic for some value here. Try to set up for next turn. We have wow, we just drew all the fucking lands. We have all of the mana to be able to Beseech as well. Alright, Underground Sea could be a lot of things here. This could... I'm thinking this is Storm. I think we might be in the Mirror. Question is who can go off first? I'm thinking the opponent. Dark Ritual, Dark Ritual. Yeah, I think our opponent's just popping off here. Into an Ad Nauseum, okay. So an Ad Naus from 19 is pretty much guaranteed, but it's still not. They drew the Gaea's Will, which is bad for them. There's a Tendrils. The question is do they have enough mana? They seem to think so. Okay, yeah, they got it. They have plenty. Okay. So we are up against a Storm Mirror. So we're up against Ant. So Ant versus the Epic Storm. Yet again, one turn too short. Bringing in the Thoughtseize is for sure. We do not have time to set up for a Galvanic Relay. I think we just run it back like that. Alright, the nice part is they typically don't run... Wow, this is useless here. We're going to plug in this. They typically don't run Counter Magic. So this is relying really heavy on this Brainstorm. Again, I think I got a mulligan it. This is a turn 1-ish. Put back Chrome Mox. Put back Mishra's Bauble. This should be a turn 1. Let's see what our opponent has. Alright, they're F6. Sacrifice this. Go grab a guy as well. Okay, they skipped it up. They saw we had the turn 1 and we're like, no, we're done. Okay. Now we have to worry about our opponent turn 1-ing us is the problem. Yeah, I don't think we change anything here. Now we just gotta worry about the opponent turn 1-ing us back, so... Alright, so our opponent is very heavily incentivized to just go for it turn 1. We're gonna keep this. They're mulliganing hard to try to find a turn 1, because they're assuming we don't have counter magic. I mean, there are definitely lines that get you a turn 1 with A&T. Like, as you saw, we were able to do it. They kept on 5. Ponder. Okay, so this shouldn't be a turn 1. We will see what they do here. Maybe they just wanted to have a massive spells in hand, which if they can't go off this turn is good, because we get to Thoughtseize them. Chose not to shuffle. Okay, so they like whatever's on top of their library. But depending on what we draw here, we might actually just hold back for this Veil of Summer so that they can't target us if they decide to try to go off. Or... Okay, that doesn't change anything. I'm gonna go ahead and do this just to see what they wanted on top. Infernal Tutor. So that makes me think they have something... What do they have in hand? Am I better off holding up the Veil of Summer, or am I better Thoughtseizing them here? Oh, let's go grab a Bayou, because that's going to give me both options anyways. They're F6. Let's Thoughtseize them. Fuck it. We're here to Thoughtseize. We're going to Thoughtseize. So they're going to be able to run out their hand regardless. But if I take Dark Ritual, they don't have enough to be able to go off. Because they'll only have 3 mana. So we're going to take the Dark Ritual. Alright, yeah. So they're going to draw the Infernal Tutor, but they can't do anything with it. Drew the Volcanic anyways. Alright, just passing the turn. So now we can hold up Veil. so that they can't kill us in theory. We're gonna have perfect information on them again. They're drawing a Thoughtseize, which is probably what they're gonna do, because that still doesn't give them the mana to be able to Infernal Tutor into an Ad Nauseum. Because Thoughtseize under Chromox gives them 2, and that only gives them 4. So yeah, they don't actually have the mana to do it yet. And then, in theory, they're probably just going to try to Thoughtseize us here, so we should be able to get another draw as well. Really? Choosing not to Thoughtseize me. So many of these fucking Mishra's Baubles. Alright, what are they drawing? Okay, that gives them the mana to be able to do their thing. And we don't actually have the colors to go off yet. So they're gonna Ad Nauseum. The question becomes is... So this is enough mana to Ad Naus. Oh, they're gonna Thoughtseize me first. Okay. That was unexpected. Alright, this should get us there regardless now. Because we know what their hand is, so we got this one. Alright, yeah, we definitely have it now. Because we know this is their hand, they have nothing they can interact with. They should... I feel like they should have Ad Nauseum'd there and tried to go for it. I don't know why they decided to Thoughtseize instead. Like, that seemed wrong to me. So I don't think it matters what we get here. But let's grab an Underground Sea. Green, red, blue, whatever. An opponent is F6. We get an extra land drop as well. So we actively can cast this Dark Ritual if we needed to, but it doesn't look like we're going to need to. Put a Dark Ritual under it. I just want to make sure that our mana is high enough here to be able to do what I need to do. They're F6. This should be plenty here to do what we need to do. Go grab a Taiga. And then with this on the stack, because yeah, we know that's their hand. Red. Do this. Oh, I don't even need to... Okay, I don't even need to pop it. They scoop it up. We got there. Alright, we beat the Storm Mirror. I like it. On the board already. Let's go to the next round. Woo! Alright, won the die roll. Let's go. This is a whole bunch of mana and nothing to do with it. So I think we're going to ship this one. This is 0 mana. We got to ship this one as well. Alright, this one we can keep. This is a wheel on turn 1. Opponent's mulliganing as well. So I think we put him to the test and just wheel on turn 1 with this one. I think we're going to put back Bobble and Beseech. And just see if our opponent has the Force is basically what it comes down to. OP's keeping on 6. Put back Beseech. Put back Bobble. Yeah, we're just going to put him to the test. Let's force check you, buddy. Alright, it looks like they're F6. Yes, opponent is F6. So we're just going to wheel and hope that we spin you into something shitty. And ourselves into something better. This actually isn't bad. This is we go off next turn and hope that we didn't wheel our opponent into anything good. There's something to be said about running out Mox Opal now, but I don't know, we'll see. This could be anything. Okay, so it looks like Reanimator maybe? Based off of this. Hopefully we didn't just wheel them into the turn 1. Okay, we did not. So we dodged a bullet there, and we should be able to pop off this turn now. Does another Beseech change anything? I don't think so. Guess this. This is 1, 2. Let's grab Volcanic and Bayou to have all of our colors. So the question becomes is, do we have enough here? Because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We are 1 short, but it shuts off almost all of their reanimation if we do it. Or we wait a turn and we hope for the best. Ugh, this is rough. I also could get kind of funny here. Burning Wish to go grab a Thoughtseize to try to stop our opponent from reanimating something. And try to go off next turn. I actually don't hate that line. Like, this is weird as shit, but we're hoping we nab a... Okay, apparently we should have just grabbed a fucking Reanimate. Or we should have fucking, well, no, they would have been able to Exhume anyway, so I guess it doesn't really matter. We just gotta hope that they hit poorly off of this Atraxa. Alright, reanimating Atraxa. Okay, so in theory we can still go off anyways. Because they've only got 1 discard spell in theory here. Go ahead, Thoughtseize me. You can take any one of these and I still have the mana to go off next turn. In theory. The correct thing is take the Dark Ritual. Because that means I need another mana source to be able to go off. Because what? They took Entomb, Swamp, Thoughtseize, Dark Rit. So I mean what? They could Entomb an Archon? Or they could Entomb a Gristlebrand, try to hit more discard? I don't know. No, they're just gonna... Okay, they're just Exhuming an Archon, that's fine. Pitch one of the Beseeches. I think that's all they can do here. Based off of what they did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is all they can do. And now we just need a mana source, and we're good to go. Another Beseech. Shit. Well, no. This works, because I can sack the Chrome Mox, get it back, put a Beseech under it, and go off. So this is actually totally fine. Never mind. I don't think the land matters. Oh, shit! I don't have enough black. Never mind, I'm dead. I'm an idiot. I didn't realize I didn't have enough black. Well, this is what I mean. Like, I love Beseech the Mirror, but this triple black is a legit cost. Like, this is very, very hard to do. Okay, so we're... Basically, it's just bring in Thoughtseizes, get rid of Galvanic Relays. Alright, then we do that. Alright, let's go. This is a turn 1 Thoughtseize into basically nothing. But we have a bunch of mana to be able to pop off, so I think we're going to keep this. Opponent's going to mulligan hard. Also, I'm going to very heavily preferentially fetch for black sources now, because that has been consistently an issue. Like, the triple black in Beseech is a legitimate cost. How many redundant effects do you have? Yeah, you have no reanimation. Let's take the card draw. Because that's what can find you something to do. You can throw something in the bin. And if you happen to draw a reanimation effect, I guess I'm just fucked. Okay. Daughty Voidwalker, okay. So it just means I gotta pivot into the other game plan is all, which is totally fine. That being said, I'm giving them all the time in the world to figure shit out, which is not good. Alright, doesn't look like they found a reanimation effect yet, otherwise I feel like they probably would have gone in already. Like, any tutor should do it here. Alright, give me a tutor, give me a Beseech. Another Lion's Eye Diamond, okay. You funny, deck, you funny. He's still not entombing yet. Okay, I'm assuming this means they're binning something and getting it back. Either that or they have a grief. Okay, casting Faithless Looting, interesting. I guess that's one thing you can do here. Archon and Entomb are gone. Into another Dark Ritual, which I'm guessing means Exhume? Oh, Thoughtseize. Okay, yeah, that's fine, homie. I don't know why they would have Thoughtseized first. This has to be a reanimation spell, right? It's just a bunch of mana, so it really doesn't matter. Yeah, Exhume. Like, it's just a bunch of mana at this point. Get rid of a Chrome Mox. I'm still at a point where a tutor gets me there. Like, if I hit a Beseech, I'm golden. But I'm also dead next turn, so... Just runs out of... Okay, so it's Beseech or I'm dead. Beseech? No. Okay. Womp. Oh well, it happens. Reanimator gonna reanimate. It does what it does. Catch y'all on the next one. Alright, what do we have here? I don't really have anything worth a shit, so I think we gotta ship this one. This is interesting. This actually... Huh. This is a turn 1 Song of Creation. I think we're gonna keep this. We're gonna put our opponent to the, we're gonna put him to the Force Test. See what happens here. Alright, things seem to be going quickly. Yes, opponent is F6. Let us grab Underground Sea. Blue, whatever. Red, and green. Alright. Hopefully I draw a 0-drop and start going off next turn. And our opponent doesn't just turn 1 us here. Ancient Tomb, okay. I don't care too much about chalices on anything. Okay, that's a draw. I would say chalices don't really matter because at least I can draw. Shit, I should have done it off the other one. I'm an idiot. That's okay. Set up a Baby Galvanic Relay for next turn. Get my draws. Okay. We're gonna keep this going. I still have actual colored mana to be able to do things. And I put some stuff in the bank for next turn. Does this give me enough mana to just pop off here? Yes. Go grab another black mana. Grab Bayou. Go grab Gaea's Will. Cast Gaea's Will and just pop off. Okay. And the opponent's gonna dub. Alright, we got there. They're on some kind of Ancient Tomb something. I don't know what. Alright, so... Let's see. I don't know what they're doing. Ancient Tomb makes me think they probably have 3 balls, so I'm gonna bring in the Abrupt Decays. I might take out 2 of the Veils for now. So, like, Ancient Tomb could be 8 cast, it could be Initiative, it could be any number of things. I think we're gonna go ahead and bring in Abrupt Decay and Thoughtseize, take out the Veils, because it's like 50-50 whether or not they're on a blue version of a Stompy deck, so we can always change up the sideboard plan for game 3 if we need to, so we're gonna try something like that. Alright, so we cannot keep this hand. We gotta ship this shit. This is actually a decent hand. I think we're gonna keep this. I'm tempted to put the redundant Dark Ritual to the bottom, but I'm also tempted to just put the Brainstorm. I think we'll put the redundant Dark Ritual to the bottom for now. Alright, they're on a red Stompy. Okay, it's Goblins. Got it. Okay. So, Simian Spirit Guide into Red Elemental Blast is something I need to worry about if I want to try to wheel. Beseech is interesting, actually. Does this let me go off this turn? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it does not. So I'm a little scared of a hate piece coming down the pipeline here. I'm thinking I might just go grab an Underground Sea and Brainstorm and see what happens first. Let's grab an Underground Sea. We're gonna Brainstorm, try to set up for next turn, see what we hit here. Okay, Gaea's Will is 100% going back. Does this change anything? We gotta worry about a Mindbreak Trap in theory. So maybe we don't go that route. Do we go that route? Put that back, put that back. Okay, they're not F6. So that makes me think that they have a Mindbreak Trap. We're gonna just try to go for the Galvanic Relay line. Get a mini Galvanic Relay, hope it gets us where we want to go. It does get rid of that Gaea's Will, unfortunately, but if they Mindbreak Trap us here, this sucks. Okay, yeah, they did have the Mindbreak Trap. I mean, we had to try to go for it. Hopefully they were just banking hard on that Mindbreak Trap and they don't really have shit else in their hand. Cavern of Souls. Ooh, it's the red one. Okay, so it looks like they were kind of just banking on that Mindbreak Trap, which is actually super good for us. Okay, just working up the mana chain at this point. Fortunately, we don't really have anything going on at the moment, so we need some kind of spectacular draws here. I'm also, like, forever away from this fucking Beseech the Mirror. Namesicker Goblin. Okay, so they gotta sack something for a Muxus. Kiki Jiki, okay. Trying to high roll here. Low rolled with a 4. But they did get a Goblin Warchief, which is kind of dangerous here. Alright, what do we get? What do we get? And we draw the guy as well. Oh, man. Okay, deck. Alright. You're getting your chance to be funny. You're getting your chance to be funny. That's fine. There's a very high probability we're just dead here. Another Prospector. Okay. Copying Warchief. Alright, so I'm guessing their last card's a land, then? I go to 3. I don't know if there's any one draw that gets us out of this. If there's anything that would, it's that. I mean, fuck it. We're doing the thing. Is there any way that we can loop all of this shit to... Actually, fuck no, because the Gaea Cradle is in hand. I don't think there's any way that we can do anything here. I mean, we're gonna try. Look at our deck, see if there's anything that can get us out of this here. I can Beseech, not do anything. I can play Song of Creation. I can't cast a spell. Yeah. All because we drew the Gaea's Will. If the Gaea's Will had still been in the deck, we would have been able to win there. So close. So fucking close. Alright. Now that we know what they're on, I definitely feel better about our sideboard plan here. I'm going to bring in another Thoughtseize to be safe. And probably take out one Galvanic Relay. Try that. Alright, so we have a turn 1 Thoughtseize into turn 2 Brainstorm? Or we can turn 1 Brainstorm into turn 2 Thoughtseize. I think we're gonna keep this. I actually do like this. I think we are gonna start off with the Brainstorm, though. These are all fucking terrible. Tendrils is interesting. I don't think we need it at the moment, and we want to draw through some shit. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter, because we don't have a way to shuffle here. And since we drew another land anyways, I'm kind of tempted to Thoughtseize here, but I think we're going to wait a turn. We actually are going to run out this just in case they try to like Chalice on 0 us or some shit. See what they're doing. Ancient Tomb. Since I've got a few turns so I can go off anyways, I'm tempted to just say fuck it and Thoughtseize them here. Yeah, I think I'm going to. Since I've got to draw through this mess anyways. Okay, so we got a Vibrate Trap out of hand. That's fine. That's what we were going to take anyways, so... So we're drawing that, and then we are drawing a Tendrils. So they have a free turn off. Okay, Scared Prospector isn't the worst thing that could happen. Alright. Tendrils is there. So now we're drawing live. There's the Ancient Tomb into a Rabble Master, so they're going to try to aggro us out here. I don't like that we have a bunch of dead cards in hand is the problem. Took 2 that turn. I mean, we're 1 land away from just beseeching, so... Like, we're 1 mana source away from just being like, fuck it, we're beseeching here. Into a Muxus. How bad is this Muxus? I think I'm just dead now. Yeah, I'm dead. God damn it. God damn it. I mean, sometimes you Muxus and you win. I mean, it is what it is. Good game, opponent. Good game. Alright, Steve from the future here. I was an idiot when I was recording this live and forgot to press the record button for the first 2 games of this match. So we're going to use this handy dandy little feature here from MTGO that allows us to replay our old matches. I'm going to try to kind of walk through what happened during these matches, give some commentary, and then catch up with me live in Game 3 to close out the match. So let's see what happens here. So basically... This starts out with, I have an okay hand that I'm kind of trying to bank on this Brainstorm for, thinking that, okay, I'll be able to shuffle away this Gaea's Will, gonna get to see what my opponent's doing. I got a Wish to try to figure out, okay, what can I find here to be able to get something out of the sideboard if I absolutely need it, whether it's going to be a wheel or whatever. So I end up playing out this Mishra's Bobble, bobbling the opponent to see what's going on, and I see a Flusterstorm. At this point, I'm like, okay, I need to work through that Flusterstorm. Let's see what this Brainstorm gets me. I put back 2 of the cards. I put back the Gaea's Will, thinking, okay, I'm going to shuffle it away, because I forgot that I used my fetch line to grab this Underground Sea. I'm just so used to being able to always fetch away my Brainstorms. So you're going to see that come back and bite me in the ass here, because I forgot I'm going to draw into it with this Mishra's Bobble as my draw step for next turn. But my mind is fully focused on, okay, I saw Flusterstorm game 1. I got to find a way to get through that. I don't know what my opponent's on. So I'm already kind of thinking further ahead and not really paying attention to what I was just doing there. Thinking that the Gaea's Will wasn't going to come back and bite me later. So we go through all this, I get to draw my card, opponent ends up playing out a Tropical Island. I still don't really know what they're on at this point. I'm thinking, okay, maybe they're on some kind of weird Delver, maybe they're on Storm. I don't know yet. I just know Tropical into Flusterstorm. So I'm still of the mindset where I'm like, okay, I gotta find a way to get around this freaking Flusterstorm, see what happens. So I go through this phase, draw the Gaea's Will that I forgot was on top of my library, play out my Lion's Eye Diamond, Burning Wish to go get a Thoughtseize, because I'm like, okay, I'm going to try to work through this Flusterstorm, let's get it out of their hand, then I can go ahead and try to wheel next turn. Opponent brainstorms, still doesn't tell me anything. Opponent could be on any number of things here. They play out the Volcanic Island. I'm starting to think, okay, I'm pretty much thinking they're on Delver at this point. Go on to my phase where I think I'm going to start doing my thing. Start off by playing my Lotus Petal, get it out, go for the Thoughtseize. Get Veiled. Cry. So now with the Veil main deck, I'm leaning more towards Storm, but the Flusterstorm seems really, really weird in Storm. So I'm not really sure what's going on over there yet, but I think, okay, I still have to deal with this Flusterstorm, but I did get a Veil out of their hand, so if I can bait something out, and the fact that I have a Beseech the Mirror as well, maybe I can figure out how to bait out this Flusterstorm with the Burning Wish, and then go off with Beseech the Mirror. So that's kind of my game plan from here. Try to go for the Burning Wish, gets flustered, bait spell like I thought. I'm like, okay, I need one land, I can go off with Beseech the Mirror, I'll do my thing. No big deal, right? Whatever. I kind of knew this was going to be a bait spell. So we go through all of this. Still don't really know what the hell my opponent's doing. Ponder still reveals nothing. Still thinking this might be some kind of Delver strategy, maybe. Thinking it might be like, I'm off the Storm thing, but I'm thinking Delver, some kind of tempo-y deck, something like that. All these cantrips aren't really showing me shit at this point. So now I go on to my turn, hit the mana source, and I'm like, okay, well, here's where this Gaea's Will being in my hand kind of fucks me over. Because I'm thinking, okay, I can Beseech, and if I didn't have this Gaea's Will, I could go grab Gaea's Will, cast it, recast all these artifacts, and go off. So at this point, I'm thinking, alright, well, my only real out here at this point is going to be Gaea's Will, Beseech the Mirror, go grab Song of Creation, hope I draw something I can draw and go off from there. So I'm like, this is my only plan, let's go. And I get forced. Now they check a Lorien Revealed. I'm like, okay. With it being Lorien Revealed, I don't think we're talking Delver anymore. They don't typically play things that cost that much outside of Force of Will. They don't typically run the cycling commons like that. So I'm starting to think maybe this is like Beanstalk control or something like that. And I just haven't seen a Beanstalk yet. And then the opponent plays a Lotus Petal and sneaks in an Emrakul to kill me. Totally did not peg what the hell was going on until this exact moment. So at least now I know what they're doing. So going into game 2, I have a much better idea of how I need to sideboard. I realize they're actually a combo deck, so I'm going to base my sideboard off of that. So I'll catch you in game number 2. Alright, game number 2. They are on Sneak and Show. I board in Carpet of Flowers and Thoughtseize. My logic is Carpet of Flowers will help me give extra mana to get through stuff like Daze, Flusterstorm, things like that. Thoughtseize, try to rip their hand apart. Basically, take out the Galvanic Relays to because I figure I don't have the time for that. I honestly forgot what else I took out of it. I probably just trimmed some of the fast mana. And maybe I ended up taking out the Chrome Moxes because I figure I'm making up extra mana from Carpet of Flowers. I honestly don't remember, but I decide that I'm going to try to rip their hand apart and then go off. Opening hand I keep. I've got a pretty sweet hand here as far as I'm concerned. I can turn one Carpet of Flowers or turn one Thoughtseize them. And I have the ability to go into a Burning Wish, go grab Echo of Aeons, wheel if I need to, sort of thing. So I decide the chances of them being able to go off turn 1 are pretty slim. I'm going to start with the Carpet of Flowers to try to start establishing my mana because all of their lands, other than maybe one basic mountain, are going to be islands. So I figure let's start getting our mana up. So I do that. Decide that that's probably the best way to go. They just play out their land. They end up passing the turn. They're setting up as well. Draw Dark Ritual. This is nice. A little extra mana. So I end up just making some mana. I go ahead and try to Thoughtseize them. Make my black mana. Go for the Thoughtseize. Gets Force of Will, but I get Show and Tell on the hand, so I'm not too upset about that. Play out the Lion's Eye Diamond. Decide to go ahead and be like, okay, well, I actually have quite a bit of mana here. I'm going to go ahead and grab this Echo and then not actually use it yet. I'm figuring if they play another island of some sort, I can actually frontside this Echo, which they do. They ended up grabbing that Trop off of the Lorien Revealed. So now I'm like, okay, I don't have to go all in on this Echo yet. So let's go ahead and see if I can bait another counter spell by front-siding this Echo. So I decided to make blue mana, pop off with the Dark Ritual, try to front-side this Echo. I figure if this gets countered, cool, I got it in the bank, I can do it again next turn. Pretty much entirely off this Carpet Flowers mana. But they end up countering it, which I expected. Tossed an Atraxa, so I'm like, okay, good. Big fatty, out of the way, don't gotta worry about that now, and it's in the bank to try to go off again next turn. Well, it keeps just kind of playing lands out, nothing big here, passing the turn. I get a Brainstorm. I'm thinking, okay, I can kind of see what's going on. This way, if my Echo gets countered, I can set up for next turn to try to go off again. Make the blue mana again, decide to Brainstorm. I see Beseech and Rite of Flame. I'm like, okay, if they counter this, I can try to go off again next turn. Opponent Veils here. So they're thinking, okay, they're going to go off, whatever. As you can see, wheeled into a whole shitload of mana, and wheeled my opponent into a new 7. My logic here is like, okay, I have a bunch of Veils for protection. I got a bunch of mana here. Basically, I just need to get a tutor of some sort, and I can go off with double Veil backup. So I'm kind of like, all right, let's see what big whammy you can do. End up passing the turn, send it off to the opponent. Kind of thinking, just holding my breath, hoping, okay, they don't have anything too crazy here, anything too big. And then the opponent decides, okay, this is it, this is my turn, I'm popping off. Drop down a sneak attack, and I'm like, at this point, I'm like, okay, they got a sneak attack. I'm trying to think of what is the worst thing that can happen here. Atrax is bad. Bristlebrand is bad. Anything that allows them to put multiple fatties into play is bad. But I'm looking at this, I've got 7 permanents here. If they sneak in an Emrakul, I still get to keep something, and this Carpet of Flowers is worth 4 mana. So I'm thinking in my head, okay, if this is in fact an Emrakul, keep Carpet of Flowers, I'm still in the same position I was last time, where I basically just need a tutor to be able to go off, because I've got the counterspell protection, I'll have 4 mana from this, I got a bunch of other mana, so I'm like, alright, crossing my fingers this is an Emrakul. Sure as shit it's an Emrakul. I'm like, alright, I'm at 18, I'm not dead yet, sack everything other than Carpet of Flowers, I'm just double checking everything before I select what I want to get rid of. So I'm like, alright, lands, Lion's Eye Diamond, Lotus Petal, all gone, keeping the Carpet of Flowers, we're going back to plan A here, it's tutor or bust. Sure as shit, hit the tutor, Beseech the Mirror, alright, make a bunch of black mana. This is what's going to pay for that. Run out my land, run out my petals, run out my Lion's Eye Diamond, go grab a red source so that I can Rite of Flame since I got green off of these Lotus Petals anyways. End up going for Beseech the Mirror, grab Gaea's Will, and opponent scoops it up when they see that they are done. So managed to pick up game number 2. Go into game number 3, keeping the sideboard the same, and I will catch you live for game number 3. Alright, I'm an idiot. I forgot to hit record. We are going into game 3 against Sneak and Show. Our opponent got us game 1 due to main deck Flusterstorm. We got game 2 after running them out of resources pretty handily. We are now going into game 3. I think I am keeping this. Against my better judgment, I think I'm keeping this. Because the Carpet is going to be the extra mana that I need. Opponent mulligan to 6. Alright, what do we draw here? Another Carpet of Flowers is nice. That's going to give me lots of mana. Grabbing a Bayou. Drop a Carpet. See if our opponent does not counter. We're going to cast out the Mox Opal for now, just for the hell of it. And pass the turn. No. I'm not going to make mana. There's no point for it this turn right now anyways. The hope is that the opponent plays more islands. Alright, it looks like they might... Okay, no, they got an Ancient Tomb. Magus of the Moon. Okay. So luckily we got our Carpet of Flowers down, and that actually helps us quite a bit against this. Into a Dark Ritual. That doesn't actually do anything for me here. We are going to go ahead and make green mana, though. So that I can play another Carpet of Flowers. Did I say no? I guess go to second main phase. I thought I said yes. Okay, I'm thoroughly confused, but okay. I thought I said yes and pressed green, and then it didn't let me do Carpet of Flowers. Oh, they have no islands anymore. Got it. I'm an idiot. So now they just have to actively avoid playing any blue sources, is basically what this comes down to. That being said, I also do have ways to kill this, but it does unlock their mana if I do. Another Volcanic. Can't do anything with it anyways. Do this. I am one turn away from being able to kill this thing and then try to pop off from there. Unfortunately, as I said, it does give them the ability to do things, because it unlocks their mana. Unless they're going for a sneak attack line. But that looks like a no? Alright, so the question becomes is, does this Magus hurt us more or hurt them more? I would like some of my damn artifact mana. That would definitely be nice. Alright, not what I meant. Alright, I mean, we're going for it. Hopefully this resolves. If this gets countered, we have issues. Grab Grape Shot, kill this thing. Like I said, unfortunately we're unlocking their mana as well. Okay. So this allows me to drop another Carpet of Flowers. Make green mana, drop another Carpet of Flowers. So it doesn't seem like they have counter magic, or they would have countered that. Unfortunately, like I said, it does unlock their mana as well. So it starts unlocking their cantrips and stuff, which is dangerous, but we'll see what happens here. I am at an Emrakul hit away from death, though, is the problem. Alright, seems like... What are they sitting on that they can't do anything? Beseech the Mirror. Alright, we're going for it. Black mana. Yes, we're making black mana. Make black mana. Make whatever. Beseech the Mirror with Bargain. Get rid of the Mox Opal. We have a Veil to try to protect this. Cast Song of Creation. This doesn't get flustered. It resolves. Okay. Interesting. They're surgically Beseech the Mirror. Okay, that's fine. I don't need Beseech to go off from here. This also allows Veil of Summer to cycle into a Brainstorm, into another Veil. Okay, I still have a blue source. So, grab Underground Sea. Into another Brainstorm, into a Lotus Petal, into a Thoughtseize, into a Brainstorm. Put back. Cast Petal. Cast Dark Ritual. Alright, opponent's F6 now, so we're good. Thoughtseize them, just to make sure we know what the fuck is going on over there. Double Atraxas. Thoughtseize them again for the draw. Into a Lion's Eye Diamond, into a Thoughtseize. Take the other Atraxa. We should be good from here. Into more black mana. Alright, we have our red mana turned on now. We have our black mana turned on now. We are going to go ahead and end this and be respectful of our opponent here. Just get the mana to be able to go up and do this. Because we know our opponent's hand is just these two lands now. So we will be respectful and end our opponent's misery here. Okay, and they scoop it up. They saw we were grabbing the Tendrils. They saw that we had the win there. So, alright. We got there against Sneak and Show. Alright. On round 5. Alright, final round on the play. Let's fucking go. So I can turn 1 mini Galvanic. Does that do anything, really? So, like, mini Galvanic for 3. Set up for the next turn. I have a Burning Wish and a Song of Creation left over afterward. However, if they force a Rite of Flame, I'm just fucked. I think we're gonna keep this and believe in the magic gods here. Like, the only downside here is I need to go grab a Taiga so I can hold up this Veil of Summer. We also could just hold up Veil of Summer. No, we can't party. We're gonna party. Yeah, we're just gonna stick with this. We're gonna do a mini Galvanic for the hell of it. Is there anything I can wish for here that would matter? Because I go down to 2. So no, I can't get more mana off of this. Yeah, we're just gonna mini Galvanic Relay. And hope that we hit something good off of our Galvanic. Ugh, Petal into Tendrils is not good. That being said, depending on what we draw here, we might be able to... Alright, Ancient Tomb's interesting. Into a Trinisphere. Alright, we're up against Mono Red Prison. I don't think we can beat turn 1 3-ball. I mean, we'll see what we draw, but yeah, nah, we're done here. Alright. There have been so many Trinisphere decks running around lately. So Mindbreak Trap is really the only thing I need to worry about to start off. This is going to be another case of I don't think we have time for Galvanic Relay. Bring in Thoughtseizes. I don't think we need the Veils either, honestly. Maybe bring one Galvanic back in to replace the Veil. Or I guess we need 2 Galvanics in then. Yeah, let's try something like that. Alright. Does this let me actually do anything on turn 1? No. It lets me Thoughtseize them, though, so that actually is probably worth something here. And then, theoretically, next turn, depending on what I draw, I might have enough mana to be able to go off. I think we're going to keep this. Like, we'll Thoughtseize, then we'll debate if we're going to throw one of these Dark Rituals under this Chrome Mox or not. Alright, kept on 5. Let's see what they got going on over there. Blood Moon, Petal, Elvish Spirit Guide. I mean, we just take the Blood Moon. There's something to be said about maybe running these out, but it doesn't look like they're going for anything too crazy here unless they want to pop the Petal and the Spirit Guide in the same turn. That looks like a no. Alright. So we have a spot here where we can kind of sort of go off. So I could mini relay, but then I lose my song. Do we think the relay is good enough to get rid of the Song of Creation? The other thing we do is we wait a turn, hope that they don't draw anything crazy here. I think we're going to run this out regardless. So this actually makes me think that they're on initiative, so they hopefully don't have as many hate pieces. Because that would be what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relay for 5 and hope for the best. But then our Song of Creation lines are out the window at that point. Is it worth the 5 cards to get rid of Song of Creation when we're 1 mana source away, basically, from being able to play it? I think we're going to do it. We're all in on this point. I really don't want to get rid of the Song of Creation, because that's our way to just pop off. Because they could have Mindbreak Trap here, but they would have had to have that be their draw. You know what, fuck it. We're doing the thing. It sucks we're burning off some mana, but we still have our Beseech lines open, which none of these actually enable at the moment, but we do get to turn on our Mox Opal. So we're just hoping that they didn't really draw shit in the past 2 turns. Like, just playing an initiative threat is kind of whatever. I don't care that much about that. Here's Ancient Tomb. Taiga. Okay, they're just hard casting a Simian Spirit Guide. Okay, we are in good shape if that's what they're trying to do here. Alright, what do we draw? We draw Lion's Eye Diamond. That's very good. Well, let's run some shit out here. We are kind of relying on this Brainstorm to do some work. Into an Abrupt Decay. I don't hate that. Another Brainstorm digs us one deeper. Put back, put back. Abrupt Decay, Pedal, Pedal. So we know no matter what we're doing, we're actually kind of just drawing dead here. I think we're going to put those back. Cast Taiga. Play out Pedal. Opponent. Does this mean our opponent has a Mind Break Trap? It kind of looks like they were thinking about it. Let's see what they're drawing. Emrakul. Jesus. Okay, this is some spicier shit than I was expecting. This gets one of the pedals out of the way. My opponent still isn't doing anything. Emrakul kind of terrifies me. A Through the Breach would be fucking devastating. It makes me kind of want to blow up this Lotus pedal, honestly. Oh, shit. Okay. Well, we're dead. Okay, was not anticipating show and tell at all. That was some spicy shit right there. Yeah, we're just dead. Well, I mean, I guess technically we're not. We go to 1, and then sacrifice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and hope that we can rebuild. But then our opponent just plays an Elvish Spirit Guide, probably, and kills us on the crackback. Alright, do your thing. Like, I'm assuming our opponent just... Alright, blow up the Spirit Guide. They're gonna play their other Spirit Guide, I'm sure. Wow, I can honestly say I was not expecting that at all. Go to 1, die to Spirit Guide on the crackback. Or actually, Emrakul sticks around anyways. I forgot it was showed in, not snuck in. Well, let's see if our last card actually would have been enough if we'd been able to go 1 deeper. No, it wasn't. It was all mana. God damn, that was insane. Holy shit. Alright, good game, opponent. Good game. Alright, so we unfortunately ended the league with a kind of disappointing 2-3. That last match just totally threw me for a loop. That turn 1 3-ball from the opponent after we did a mini relay. I mean, unfortunately, that's something this deck really just doesn't beat for the most part. We probably could have tried to slog it out, but I also was not anticipating a sneak or a show and tell juke in the sideboard. But I mean, the deck can do some crazy things when it goes off. The meta is just so insanely hostile toward Storm decks right now. Everyone's prepared for it. Mind Break Traps are everywhere. 3-ball is everywhere. I gotta say, it's probably actually been my least favorite so far of all of the Storm variants. It's super cool that it can attack on multiple angles, being able to go Graveyard with the Gaea's Will plan, switch into a draw your whole deck with Song of Creation plan, or can do the normal tutor rituals, go grab Tendrils from your sideboard, Burning Wish like traditional Storm used to. Like, it's cool that it attacks on a lot of angles, but I don't know, it just felt like... Honestly, so far it's felt like the weakest of the Storm variants. Like, even the Epic Gamble felt like it was doing more powerful things than this version. But that's just kind of been my experience with it. Maybe I'm just more used to the ones that are attacking on a single axis and can't change as easily as this one does. Also just has some absolutely terrible draws overall. But, I mean, that kind of happens, especially when you're playing a deck where you've got essentially this entire fucking pile over here is all just fucking mana. So you've got, what, 38 mana sources, basically. So, I mean, you're bound to just draw air at some point. But if you like what you saw, go ahead and give it a shot. It's definitely fun when you go off a Song of Creation, draw your whole deck. Like, that's super cool. It has the Gaea's Will, Beseech the Mirror lines, like some of the other Storm decks running around. Personally, I would recommend going with a different variant, but that's just my experience. I know some of the Storm pros will disagree with me, but your mileage may vary, as always, and everyone has their own personal play styles. I'm going to chalk this one up as definitely not my favorite version of Storm. I'm probably going to play other ones more. But anyways, Thank you for sticking around. I hope you all had fun. Catch you in the next video, and as always, stay salty. Thank you for watching the video. If you like what you saw, do me a favor, hit that like and the sub button below. They are both free ways to support my channel and support my content. Make sure while you're at it, you also go stop by and follow me on all the other socials to see what I'm doing outside of the world of Magic. If you really like what you see and you really want to support the channel, or you have a crazy deck list you want to see played here, stop by the Patreon, submit a donation deck list. Whether it's a deck you want to see me play, a challenge for something you want to see me build, or you just want to see me play whatever the hell I feel like playing that week, stop by there. It is just the price of a league to get your deck on video. As always, thank you for stopping by. I hope you all had fun, and as always, stay salty.